Exam Scholar, Real Estate Edition.
Question 1. A nonconforming loan is a loan in the amount over A. $147,000. B. $417,000. C. $500,000. D. $1 million. Answer B. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac's loan limits are any loan up to $417,000. Any loan over this limit is known as a nonconforming loan or jumbo loan. Question 2. The Government National Mortgage Association, that provides funds for government loans like FHA and VA, is also known as A. Ginnie Mae. B. Ginnie Mae. C. Freddie Mac. D. Fannie Mae. Answer A. Ginnie Mae is the other name for the Government National Mortgage Association. It was created by Congress and provides funds for FHA and VA loans. Question 3. If a lender is issuing an FHA or VA loan, where does the funding originate? A. Ginnie Mae. B. Freddie Mac. C. Fannie Mae. D. From the lender. Answer A. Ginnie Mae is the name for the Government National Mortgage Association. It provides funds for FHA and VA loans. Question 4. Ginnie Mae is owned by A. The government. B. The private stockholders. C. No one. It is a non-profit. D. None of these. Answer A. Ginnie Mae, or also called the Government National Mortgage Association, was created by Congress in 1968 as part of the Housing and Urban Development Act of 1968 and is owned by the federal government. Question 5. The Federal National Mortgage Association is also known as A. Ginnie Mae. B. Fannie Mae. C. Freddie Mac. D. Freddie Mae. Answer B. Fannie Mae is also called the Federal National Mortgage Association. Question 6. Fannie Mae is owned by A. Shareholders. B. Private entities. C. The government. D. None of these. Answer A. Fannie Mae is a shareholder-owned company. Question 7. The largest supplier of home mortgage funds is A. Ginnie Mae. B. Freddie Mac. C. Fannie Mae. D. Private lenders. Answer C. Fannie Mae, also called the Federal National Mortgage Association, is the largest supplier of home mortgage funds in the United States. Question 8. Which of these is a congressionally chartered organization? A. Fannie Mae. B. Freddie Mac. C. Ginnie Mae. D. Both Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Answer D. Both Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are congressionally chartered organizations. They are not owned by the government but by shareholders. Ginnie Mae is fully owned by the government. Question 9. When a buyer gives earnest money to a broker, the money is then put into A. The broker's bank account. B. An escrow account. C. The seller's account. D. None of these. Answer B. The earnest money is placed in an escrow account until the transaction is closed. When the transaction is completed, the money is then delivered to the seller. Question 10. Which of these is considered to be an encumbrance? A. A lease. V. A mortgage. C. An easement. D. All of these. Answer. D. A lease, mortgage, easement, or restriction is considered an encumbrance of a fee simple title.
Passing the real estate exam can be hard, like really hard. Statistically, only about 50% of people actually pass the real estate exam on their first try. Those people that pass, they go on to become real estate agents. And the people that didn't pass, yeah, they either give up completely or have to try again. Both of these options are painful, disappointing, and upsetting. Exam Scholar Real Estate Edition has been named as the best real estate exam prep by multiple publications for 7 years in a row. If you are about to take the real estate exam, Exam Scholar Real Estate Edition is a no-brainer choice. There is no other real estate exam preparation service out there that comes close. To enjoy the longest membership time, lowest cost, real estate videos, audios, articles, flashcards, vocabulary, exam tips and tricks, a 1-year no questions asked refund policy, and be one of the 35,000 people that it has helped pass the real estate exam, then sign up in less than 5 minutes at www.realestateexamscholar.com.
Question 1. A salesperson receives an offer from a buyer who has no cash but offers a deposit of $500 in the form of personal note payable in 30 days. A. This is unacceptable since a deposit must be in cash or a check. B. The form of deposit is immaterial as long as the $500 figure appears on the deposit receipt. C. A salesperson may accept a personal note as deposit if he advises the seller of this prior to acceptance. D. A salesperson may accept a note if made in favor of the broker to handle expenses. Answer. C. It is perfectly all right for the salesperson to accept a personal note as a deposit, but this must be disclosed to the seller before the acceptance of the offer. Question 2. Collecting rents, fixing up the property and showing vacant units are the types of responsibilities that would be assumed by A. A broker. B. A resident property manager. C. A salesman. D. An attorney at law. Answer. B. These are the types of things that a resident property manager does. Question 3. A person who has been given the right to act on behalf of another is known as A. Affiant. B. Attorney in fact. C. Executor. D. Principal. Answer. B. The power of attorney is the piece of paper and the one with the right to act is the attorney in fact. Question 4. A prudent lender would take into consideration which of the following before issuing a loan? A. Borrower's ability to pay. B. The market value of the property that is the security for the loan. C. Current economic trends. D. All of the above. Answer. D. The lender would consider all aspects of the loan as mentioned in choices 1, 2, and 3. Question 5. Which of the following represents a gross misrepresentation by an agent? A. His representation is an obvious falsehood. B. His representation is made with a knowledge of the falsehood. C. His representation caused the aggrieved party to enter into the contract. D. All of the above. Answer. D. All of these are examples of gross misrepresentation by an agent. Question 6. The relationship between effective and nominal interest is that A. Effective interest is what the buyer pays, nominal interest is what is named in the loan application. B. Effective interest is what the buyer pays, nominal interest is what is named in the advertising. C. Effective interest is what the buyer pays, nominal interest is what is specified in the note. D. There is no difference. Answer C. Effective rate is the actual interest rate paid by the borrower. Nominal rate is the interest rate specified in the note. Question 7. In assessing the profitability of a real estate office, the broker must consider desk cost. Which best describes how to calculate desk cost? A. Calculate the cost of all the desks. B. Calculate the gross profit for the office, less the expenses, divide by the number of desks. C. Divide the total cost of rent, utilities and advertising by the number of desks. D. Divide the total operating expenses of the office, including salaries, rent, insurance, etc., by the number of desks. Answer D. Desk cost is the total cost of operating expenses of an office divided by the number of desks in the real estate office. Question 8. Under some loans covered under the Federal Truth in Lending Law, the borrower has a right to rescind the loan. The right to rescind is A. 3 days. B. 5 days. C. 10 days. D. 14 days. Answer A. On loans where the personal residence is used as security, other than the first trust deed used to purchase the property, the borrower has 3 days to rescind. Question 9. A property is not listed for sale. A person who wants the property executes an offer to purchase it through a real estate agent and gives the broker a $5,000 check as a deposit. The broker A. Can accept the check on behalf of the property owner provided he presents the offer directly to the seller as the seller's agent. B. Cannot accept the check. C. Can accept the check as the exclusive agent of the buyer. D. None of the above. Answer C. You can accept the check as exclusive agent for the buyer, but you have no listing with the seller. Question 10. The economic life of an improvement as compared to the physical life is usually A. Longer. B. Shorter. C. The same. D. Depends on the type of improvement. Answer D. Most houses are torn down before they fall down. When a house cannot be used for rental income or residential purposes, it no longer has any economic worth and is generally torn down. Question 1. A type of foreclosure proceeding used in some states that is handled as a civil lawsuit and conducted entirely under the auspices of a court is called A. Foreclosure review. B. Judicial foreclosure. C. Civil foreclosure. D. Bench foreclosure. Answer B. A judicial foreclosure is a type of proceeding in some states that handles foreclosure as a civil lawsuit and is handled entirely by the courts. Question 2. This will cover repairs to certain items like air conditioning or heating during the coverage period. A. Homeowner's warranty. B. Homeowner's insurance. C. Homeowner's deductible. D. Homeowner's claim. Answer A. A homeowner's warranty will cover repairs to certain items such as major appliances. This type of warranty is loosely regulated and is not required. Question 3. What is the main activity of the FHA? A. Insuring of residential mortgage loans made by private lenders. B. Making loans to individuals while insuring the loan amount. C. Issuing mortgage notes on behalf of lenders. D. Insuring lenders themselves and not loans. Answer A. The main activity of the FHA is to insure residential mortgage loans made by private lenders. Question 4. One of the indexes used to determine interest rate changes for certain adjustable rate mortgages is called A. COFI. V. C. Bayes. D. Laffy. Answer A. The Cost of Funds Index, COFI, is one of the indexes used to determine interest rate changes for certain adjustable rate mortgages. Question 5. A type of multiple ownership where the residents of a multi-unit housing complex own shares in the cooperative corporation that owns the property and gives each resident the right to occupy a specific unit is called A. A union. B. A co-op. C. A group mortgage. D. A timeshare. Answer B. A co-op or cooperative is a type of ownership that allows the residents the right to occupy a specific unit based on the owned shares in the cooperative corporation. Question 6. This type of building is operated like a commercial hotel even though each of the units are owned by the individuals. A. Cooperative building. B. Condominium hotel. C. Cooperative hotel. D. Association hotel. Answer B. In a condominium hotel, the units are owned by each individual but it is operated like a commercial hotel. Question 7. This is used for determining interest rate changes on some adjustable rate mortgages. A. CODI. B. COFI. C. DOFI. D. CONI. Answer A. A certificate of deposit index, CODI, is used for determining interest rate changes on some adjustable rate mortgages. Question 8. A public official who establishes the value of a property for taxation purposes is called an A. Assessor. B. Investigator. C. Appraiser. D. Collector. Answer A. An assessor is a public official who establishes the value of a property for taxation purposes. Question 9. Items of value owned by an individual are called A. Assets. B. Real property. C. Interests. D. None of these. Answer A. Items of value that are owned by an individual are called assets. Question 10. Assets quickly converted to cash are considered A. Liquid. B. Illegal. C. Solid. E. Unified. Answer. Assets that are quickly converted to cash are considered liquid assets. Question 1. Which lien has the lowest priority for collection? A. Special assessments. B. Property taxes. C. Mortgages. D. Unsecured court order. Answer D. An unsecured court order would have the lowest priority of the listed answers. Property taxes, special assessments, and mortgages generally have priority. Question 2. In a case in which the seller refuses to pay the broker a commission and the broker does not sue the seller, what can a sales agent do to receive the commission due to him/her? A. Sue the seller. B. Sue the broker. C. Place a lien on the property. D. Sue for specific performance. Answer B. The only real recourse that a sales agent would have in this situation is to sue the broker for the commission. Only a broker can sue the seller/principal. Question 3. If Mike, an attorney, sends Misha, the sales agent, a crisp $100 bill in an envelope to her office in return for referring her client to him, under the rules of RESPA this would be A. Legal. B. Illegal. C. Shady business practices because the money should not be cash. D. None of these. Answer. B. Under the rules of RESPA, this type of action would be illegal because it is considered a kickback. Question 4. RESPA does not regulate A. Booklets. B. That lenders make a good faith estimate of closing costs. C. Rates. D. That the HUD-1 uniform settlement statement be used. Answer. C. RESPA does not include anything about rates. Question 5. Even if a person has a low creditworthiness, the Fair Housing Law requires A. That the lender make the loan anyway at a higher interest rate. B. That the lender make a good faith attempt to obtain a loan. C. That the lender reconfigure the loan requirements to fit the individual. D. None of these. Answer. D. The Fair Housing Law does not require that a lender perform any of these actions if the individual does not meet the required creditworthiness. Question 6. The seller delivers the deed to the property and the buyer pays the purchase price in the step known as A. Ending. B. Closing. C. Final. D. Deadline. Answer. B. The transfer of title and settlement of accounts is called the closing. Question 7. Depreciated value is considered in which approach? A. Cost. B. Sales comparison. C. Income. D. Gross rent multiplier. Answer. A. The cost approach considers depreciated value, which is estimated. Question 8. James was able to have his building permit issued without issue even though there was this violated restriction. A. Deed. B. Zoning. C. Building code. D. Setback. Answer. A. A deed restriction is not enforced by local building authorities and are non-governmental. They are issued by the previous owner of the property and can be enforced through neighbors' lawsuits. Question 9. If a real estate agency relationship is to be enforceable, which of these needs to happen? A. Be authorized by a written agreement. B. The agent must be a valid licensee. C. The principal must have the power to do what is being assigned. D. All of these. Answer. D. In order for the real estate agency relationship to be enforceable, all of these criteria must be met, and in some cases more than these. Question 10. If a homeowner wishes to receive monthly checks or a lump sum based on the equity in their home that does not have to be paid back until either the property is sold or the owner dies, they would need to obtain A. A circular mortgage. B. Comprehensive mortgage. C. Reverse mortgage. D. Applied reverse mortgage. Answer. C. This type of tapping of equity in a home is called a reverse mortgage. Question 1. Restrictive covenants included in deeds for all properties within a subdivision can dictate A. The architectural style of the structures. B. The ethnicity of prospective owners. C. The gender of future tenants. D. None of the above. Answer. A. Restrictive covenants cannot violate any existing laws, and are therefore illegal if they do. The ethnicity and gender of any prospective occupant is protected under federal law. A restrictive covenant can dictate the architectural style. Question 2. If Mary really wants to purchase John's house, and tells John's agent that she is willing to pay $560,000 for it instead of the list price of $540,000, John's agent should A. Tell John because Mary told him not to offer that amount unless it is needed. B. Tell Mary that she will need to submit the proper paperwork for such an offer. C. Tell John. As John's agent, there is a duty of notice due to John and no confidentiality due to Mary. D. Take the listing off of the MLS. Answer. C. Even though Mary deserves honest and fair treatment, there is no duty entitled to Mary by John's agent. John's agent is bound by a duty of notice to John. Question 3. If a person dies that owns this type of estate, the ownership of that person automatically terminates. A. An estate in reversion. B. An accretion estate. C. A life estate. D. A lease pendens estate. Answer. C. Upon the death of a life tenant, the ownership in the life estate terminates. In addition, a life estate may be based on the lifespan of a third party. Question 4. In which of these circumstances is title to real property conveyed voluntarily? A. Eminent domain. B. Tax deed. C. A will. D. A certificate of title. Answer. C. A will is the only choice here that conveys title to real property voluntarily. The other choices, tax deed, certificate of title, and eminent domain convey titles to real property involuntarily. Question 5. A tenant looking to lease a property during a period of high inflation would most likely want to have a lease based on A. The cost of living index. B. The consumer price index. C. A tiered payment structure. D. A fixed rate. Answer. D. The tenant would most benefit from a lease that was based on a fixed rate during inflationary times. If the property manager based it on any of the other answers, the property manager could raise the rent as the market dictates. Question 6. As a buyer in a cooperative apartment, you will not receive A. A lease. B. Shares in the organization. C. A deed. D. None of these. Answer. C. A co-op apartment is personal property, not real property or real estate, and therefore no deed is given. Question 7. In order to have a legal and valid agency relationship, which of these is required? A. A valid real estate license. B. A passing of consideration. C. The passage of at least 48 hours. D. Mutual consent. Answer. D. Mutual consent is the only necessary option of the choices given to establish agency. The other choices are not part of the agency establishment. Question 8. A real estate agent should disclose any environmental hazards or conditions that could have an effect on the property except in which case? A. When there is no need to disclose a hazard because the prospective buyers are from the area and already know what happens there. B. When there is a posted notice on the property. C. When another agent has already spoken to them about the environmental hazards of the property. D. None of the above. Answer, D. An agent has a liability to disclose any environmental conditions that could affect the property or the buyer's intended use. The safest bet is to always disclose, even if you think that you can get away with not doing so. Question 9. A contract for deed is best described as when A. Property purchased on an installment plan. B. A written contract for a future purchase transfer. C. An oral agreement in which the owner sells the property to a tenant for a negotiated installment price. D. None of these. Answer. A. The best answer is property purchased on an installment plan. However, this also would include the seller holding title to the property for at least 1 year after the date of sale. Question 10. In a loan closing, without the proper signature on the note, this is not created. A. Indebtedness. B. A deed. C. A contract. D. An estate. Answer. A. The signature on the note must be proper and valid to create the debt between the borrower and the lender.
Exam Scholar, Real Estate Edition.